Now let us talk for a moment on the subject of prayer. Of course, my name is Nick, and I'm talking in this video blog about Christianity, about the Bible, about Jesus Christ, and about the knowledge of God. And the idea of prayer has been very poorly understood by the vast majority of people who enact or follow the way of prayer. It is, in a moment of stillness and contemplation, the immersion of one's own mind in a concept which is not of the material. When I'm talking about the material, I'm talking about money, property, prestige, power, employment. When I'm talking about things which are immaterial, I'm talking about spiritual beings such as God and the angels, the archangels, all the company of heaven, the Holy Spirit, Jesus Christ. And I'm talking about emotions and subtle changes in your state of mind and your state of being which occur when you're in prayer. Let's consider the action of prayer a little more, in a little more detail. Traditionally, we are taught in school that the best way of praying is by your bed, kneeling with your hands together and your eyes closed, in a traditional prayerful posture. When I was in my primary school, my first school, I was taught that the reason that we close our eyes is so that we can better see God. Because this concept of God is one that grows with us and grows more complex with us with the passage of time. It is something which is in us, in our minds and in our being, because that is the first point of contact between the man and the invisible. When we're thinking about concepts that we should be praying for and praying with, there is one very common one, and that is that of love, which is mentioned in the book 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verses 1 through to 12 inclusive. When you're doing your prayer, you may utter words, either from any formulaic prayer which you've seen on the internet, or those which you yourself have written down, which must embody the concepts in actual and subtle tones of what you wish to connect with in your mind and in your heart. If we think about the concepts of love and what that means, that could be an ideal starting point for you. It is not necessarily the love of a mother for a child, nor is it the love of a man and a woman together. And I read from chapter 13, verse 4 onwards, from 1 Corinthians 13. Love is patient, love is kind, it does not envy, it does not boast, it is not proud, it is not rude, it is not self-seeking, it is not easily angered, it keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always preserves. So if you, as a Christian, hold a record of wrongs inside yourself against someone, you have not got love. If you, as a Christian, hold a record of wrongs inside you against another body of people, be they atheists, agnostics, pagans, Islamic people, whatever, then you have not love. When we're going through this particular written meditation, which is in 1 Corinthians 13, 4 through to 7, we can go through our life in a fearless, thorough way, analyzing our words and analyzing our deeds, and this concept of God which we have put inside ourselves can then act as a judge against our own nature so that we can work out where we have been going wrong. In many ways, the purpose of having a religion is to steer yourself surely and slowly onto the right path. But if we think again for the moment on the word love and what it means, we understand love as an emotion, and that is only one dimension of it. The other dimension is that of action. The action of being patient, the action of being kind, the action of being without envy, and not boasting, and not being proud, not being rude, not being self-seeking, not being easily angered, which for me is quite a hard one. Keeping no record of wrongs, which for most humans is very hard. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. So it's a question of finding out what's true, not what we believe to be true about someone, but to look for what's real. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, and always preserves. So that's the action of self-preservation. Trusting but that which is true. Hoping for something which is better, so that you can have something to strive for. And preservation of that which you have. It's a very powerful little passage, that. And in your prayer, think about the emotions that you need to follow the lines of that particular passage of the Bible and the definition of love.